It begins like any other day. Quiet streets, familiar places, faces that blend into the background. Cameras capture what we miss, the details that slip by unnoticed.
Because it's okay, I'm done.
But sometimes, those ordinary recordings hold something far more unsettling. A shadow that lingers too long. A figure that appears again and again. A moment that should feel safe, but doesn't.
What, here you again? We don't need you.
Across countless clips and live streams, strangers turn into watchers.
I'll kill you right now.
And watchers into something darker. Each story here reveals how danger can stand just a few steps away, silent and patient, waiting to be seen. These are the creepiest stalker encounters ever caught on camera. A vlogger began her day recording a travel video at a busy street market. She moved through the crowd with her camera held steady, filming the stalls, the music, and the colors around her. It looked like an ordinary moment, full of laughter and sunlight. She was alone, yet surrounded by hundreds of people, which made her feel safe enough to keep exploring.
But other than that, it's so much fun. And right now it just smells so good, like passion fruit. I don't know why.
After a few minutes, she stopped near a vendor selling coconut drinks. The man sliced one open and handed it to her. She took a sip while looking around, still filming the passing faces and the movement of the market. A few men walked past her, though nothing seemed unusual. Then, a figure in a blue shirt appeared behind her, almost blending into the background.
Let's see, he's cutting it.
At first, it seemed like a random passerby. He walked past, disappeared for a second, and then showed up again on camera. As the vlogger continued down the market street, the man in blue kept reappearing, staying within sight no matter how far she moved. Whenever she turned, he slowed down. Whenever she stopped, he waited.
Giving me 70 back, so it was 320.
The camera caught him moving in and out of frame, sometimes only a few steps away. Each time she panned the camera behind her, his figure appeared again, never too far. The street looked quieter than usual, which made his presence even more noticeable. The vlogger's tone stayed calm, though it was clear she had begun to sense something strange. The streets that should have been crowded on a Saturday now looked nearly empty, with long gaps between people.
So, and all around Souther you can find this food court.
The video later jumped forward to her hotel room. The lighting had changed, and her tone was different. She looked uneasy, her face pale and tense. She explained what had happened after she stopped recording in the market. The man in the blue shirt had continued following her through several streets, stopping whenever she stopped, waiting until she began to walk again. He kept doing this for a long time, staying close enough to track her, but far enough to avoid notice.
He was just passing me and waiting on a spot for me to pass him again so he can follow me again. And there was this point where I just realized, okay, something is off.
She described how she had seen him again later near a square, where he appeared to be waiting for her once more. She believed at first it could have been a coincidence, though his repeated movements told a different story. As she walked past him, he turned, matching her pace. Her discomfort grew each minute until she finally confronted him in public and managed to escape the area.
I realized that the man in blue is right behind me again, and I just stopped. And when I stopped, I realized the boy is on my left. They were following me both together, but I was swearing. I said, "Stop following me, I'm gonna call the police, I don't wanna see your faces."
The man eventually disappeared from sight, and she made it safely back to her hotel. Her recording ended there, but the sense of fear remained heavy in the footage. Many who later watched her video noticed the same pattern. The man in the blue shirt had never lost sight of her. He lingered through every frame, silent and patient, blending into the crowd until the very end. The story left viewers uneasy, realizing how quietly danger can follow, even in daylight. The video began inside a parked car, where the vlogger filmed what seemed like a normal moment. Her camera captured the quiet air of a Starbucks parking lot, sunlight falling through the glass. The scene looked peaceful, though something about her expression carried unease. A man nearby was staring at her from his car. The moment stretched too long, and the silence began to feel sharp.
A venti iced caramel macchiato with oat milk. Usually I only get 3 pumps of sugar-free vanilla instead of 5, because it's, okay, I'm done.
She had already been harassed inside the Starbucks before returning to her car. The man who now sat outside had followed her with his eyes even there. His stare continued heavy and direct until it broke the comfort of the ordinary scene. When she started her car to leave, his vehicle also began to move.
Now, I'm going.
As she pulled out, his car stayed beside hers. The sound of engines and tires mixed with a strange tension. Every small motion she made was matched by his. He stayed close to her lane, keeping her within sight. The camera recorded the slight shake of her hands as she drove. Her movements were careful and uncertain.
Why are you staring at me and making me feel so uncomfortable? I just posted this little thing on Snapchat about my experience at Starbucks and how I left the parking lot because I felt uncomfortable because there was a man staring at me.
He stayed near her window for several moments, making her visibly uncomfortable. Each glance toward her mirrors showed his car close behind. The space between them never widened. The feeling of being watched turned into a quiet kind of fear. Her voice wavered as she kept explaining what was happening.
I just want to share my experience of what just happened at Starbucks in the parking lot, and I'm literally sitting there just like checking my phone real quick. I look over to my left and this guy pulls right next to me, and I'm like, I look obviously because like I heard his car come, so I look, and puts down his window and goes and starts winking at me. And dude, first of all, you're like, maybe he was like 30. Oh my god, now he's behind me. He's literally behind me. That's what it's like being a woman. You can't even go to Starbucks.
The man's actions grew more deliberate. He slowed when she slowed. He stayed near whenever she changed direction. Each time she tried to create distance, his car appeared again. The camera caught flashes of his vehicle beside hers, then behind, then beside again. The pattern stayed constant, and the sense of control began to slip from her hands.
I hate men. Like, why do men make women feel so uncomfortable?
She tried to drive calmly, but the pressure of his presence built with each passing second. The streets that once looked ordinary now felt tight and enclosed. Her breathing became uneven as she realized he was still there, matching her turns with careful precision. The more she moved, the closer he seemed to stay.
Well, how would you like it if I just fucking stared at you, like stared you down? Leave me alone. I did go the wrong way.
The video kept its uneasy rhythm as her face grew tense and pale. The light around her seemed colder, and the calm she once had slipped away. What began as an ordinary recording turned into a chilling capture of fear unfolding in real time. Each sound of the car engine and every slow turn of the wheel carried the weight of panic that filled the air. The silence between those sounds felt louder than anything else, echoing pure dread.
Okay guys, I just came back from the grocery store. As a woman, sometimes when you look bomb, you're scared to go out because you're so self-conscious of how many people are gonna look at you, how many people are gonna look at you like you're a piece of meat.
He stayed behind her for a long time, close enough to keep her within sight no matter where she went. The recording ended with her still shaken, the unease clear in her voice and expression. The next clip opened in a busy marketplace filled with color and noise. The vlogger walked between stalls, filming the energy around him. Vendors shouted to customers, children ran by with snacks, and music played from small speakers. Everything appeared cheerful, though the camera's slow turn soon revealed a presence that changed the mood completely.
Do you want a 20? Enjoy. Don't spend it all at once. Yes. Bye-bye, guys. Wow, this is funny. Let's finish, and now it's really hot. I'm carrying a big bag.
Among the crowd, a stranger approached him. The man smiled too much and moved too close. At first, his behavior seemed friendly, yet his body language felt off. He began talking, his tone loud and forceful, trying to keep the vlogger engaged. They shared a drink at one of the stalls, though the stranger refused to walk away afterward. When the vlogger moved to another booth, the man followed, staying just behind him as if attached by an invisible thread.
Cutting the head off of the Hold on. You're still here? You want to tell me something?
The vlogger tried to focus on filming, yet the camera shook slightly as the unwanted follower stayed near. The next stall sold clothing and small items. As the vlogger began to browse, the stranger followed again, standing too close and shadowing every movement. He insisted on staying beside him, even when it became clear that his company was neither needed nor wanted. The moment that once looked harmless now carried a tense, uneasy energy.
Hello. What is this? It's a jumbo. What? Here you again. We don't need you.
Each time the vlogger tried to create distance, the stranger reappeared in the frame. His persistence turned the light-hearted marketplace into a maze. The stalls that once felt open now looked narrow and tight. The man claimed he wanted help, though his actions told another story. The more the vlogger ignored him, the closer he drew.
Yes, you are going there. No.
Yes, again.
You there, me there. You there, then I there. Jesus Christ.
The footage showed the tension growing as minutes passed. The man's behavior became erratic. He appeared in front of the camera again, blocking the path and refusing to leave. The situation turned uncomfortable, and the vlogger's patience began to fade. The stranger acted as if they were connected, repeating the same steps and matching every direction. No matter how the vlogger tried to move away, the man's shadow lingered over him.
I actually do know one way to get rid of him. There's a liquor store right on the corner there. If I go in there and give him...
He thought about offering the man a drink to calm him, yet he quickly changed his mind. Giving in would have only encouraged the strange behavior. The man kept following him, appearing again and again with the same quiet persistence. Each time he turned, the stranger was there, standing too close and watching too long. What began as an ordinary walk through the market turned into something tense and unsettling, as if danger had decided to follow him through the crowd.
Bye-bye. If I go in there and buy him whiskey or something, he will piss off. The problem is I don't want to reward his behavior. Like, he's not contributing at all. I've told him to get lost many times, and yeah.
Finally, after what felt like endless wandering, the man drifted off into the crowd. The vlogger stayed still for a while, his camera capturing the slow return of normal sound and color around him. The stranger had vanished, leaving behind a quiet unease. Later, another disturbing scene surfaced from a crowded skate park. The clip began like any normal afternoon. Teenagers skated across the concrete, laughing and calling out to friends. The sun was bright and nothing seemed out of place.
You, right? What are you doing here, dude? You know I got you on film, right? Hey, who is this dude?
Then, a stranger entered the frame. His walk carried tension, his voice sharp enough to cut through the noise. Without warning, he started shouting at one of the teens holding a camera. His words were harsh and strange, repeated again and again, as if he wanted to start a fight.
Okay, do it, man. I'll call the fucking police right now. I dare you. I double dare you, man. Go ahead. Let's see it. Josh, you want to call the cops for me, man? Yeah, I got you. Let's do it.
The teenager warned him to stay back, reminding him that any touch would bring real trouble. Even then, the man refused to stop. He circled him like someone searching for a reason to explode, his voice echoing through the park. Minutes passed before help arrived. The teen called for officers, asking others nearby to act fast. For a while, it felt like no one would come. The man's anger filled the space, his threats unsettling everyone nearby.
I'm going for a sleeper.
Dude, come on. Can you just leave us alone? We're just trying to have a good time.
Finally, sirens grew louder in the distance. Officers entered the park, pulling the man away and placing his hands behind his back. The camera kept recording as it settled over the area once again.
And then he started chasing after me. I have it all on video, by the way. What's your name?
Dog skin. These fuckers were fucking bullying my homeboy.
No, we were literally just riding here, and he came in here, and he was threatening one kid, and then he started to chase after me. I swear, that's...
The boy explained everything, his voice trembling slightly as he spoke. Around him, the park felt heavier and strangely empty. The sound of skateboards had stopped, replaced by a silence that carried one thought. Why would anyone walk into a park filled with kids and bring such fear into an ordinary day. This is 31-year-old Edwin Lara. The video begins inside a moving car. He is behind the camera, his voice calm but eerie, while a terrified woman drives. She had been kidnapped the day before, forced to follow his orders at gunpoint. What made this even darker was the truth that came before it. Edwin had already stalked and killed another woman, a stranger who never even saw it coming. His actions showed how quickly obsession can turn into violence when a stalker decided to act. Yet, Edwin was not the only one. There were many others whose strange behavior was caught on camera. Each story left behind a disturbing glimpse of people who watched, followed, and frightened their victims long before being stopped. One of those cases involved a man named Jeff Richard, who discovered someone lurking outside his home at night. It began on September 30th, 2017, when his security cameras picked up movement at an unusual hour. At first, it looked like nothing serious, but the same figure returned again and again. Each time, the man appeared between 2 and 4 in the morning, walking slowly past Jeff's property. When Jeff checked the footage closely, he realized the stranger was his own neighbor. That discovery made the situation far more unsettling. The neighbor never crossed the fence, yet he always seemed drawn to Jeff's yard. He looked over it, paced near it, and stared at the same spot for minutes at a time. The behavior continued for years, from 2017 until 2021. One night, the man finally noticed the camera watching him. Instead of leaving, he began interacting with it. Sometimes he stood directly in front of it, staring without blinking. Other times, he shone his flashlight straight into the lens. On some nights, he even flipped the camera off, almost like it was a game he enjoyed playing. Jeff decided to upload an 11-second clip to his YouTube channel, hoping someone could explain what was happening. Viewers flooded the comments, sharing theories. Some believed the neighbor was drunk or sleepwalking, while others thought he was mentally unwell. The mystery only deepened as the man's behavior kept repeating. As Jeff's videos gained attention, people began to ask about the man's past. Jeff explained that his neighbor had caused trouble before. He had shouted at people without reason, thrown trash at others, and once exposed himself to a woman and her child at a park. Though the police had been called several times, no action could be taken because there was no solid proof. That was why Jeff installed the cameras, to capture something real that could help stop him. Eventually, the footage became part of online compilations. Other creators began featuring the strange man in their videos, labeling him one of the creepiest neighbors ever caught on film. The situation never escalated to violence, yet the fear it caused was enough to make people realize how fragile safety could feel when someone stood outside your home in the dark, just staring. It began as a fun evening stream. 3 popular Twitch creators, Valkyrie, Cinna, and Emeru, went live for their Sisathon event on March 2nd. The broadcast started with laughter and lighthearted energy as thousands of viewers turned in to watch them interact and enjoy their night. Yet, in a matter of minutes, the cheerful atmosphere changed.
Hey, excuse me?
No!
Security?
Emily, no!
Hey,
Stop!
Whoa!
What?
Get away from me.
Security!
A man walked toward the group through the busy crowd, his figure blending at first with the passing faces. His presence seemed harmless, and the stream carried on as laughter filled the air. Yet soon, his focus shifted sharply towards Cinna. He stayed close, watching her every move while ignoring the people around him. Each second he lingered, his behavior became more unsettling. What began as a normal moment slowly changed into something tense and uneasy, felt by everyone nearby.
Right now. I'll kill you right now.
He started following them, staying just a few steps behind. Each movement grew sharper, his voice louder, his attention locked on Cinna. The cheerful air turned heavy, and the fun atmosphere disappeared. The camera shook slightly as the women walked faster, weaving through the crowd with growing fear. Their smiles faded as tension filled every second. The man's presence turned from strange to dangerous, and the scene that began as light-hearted content now felt like a moment of real danger unfolding in plain sight.
Please! Security!
When the group attempted to leave, he followed. His voice carried anger now, his gestures sharper as he kept closing the distance between them. Security was called, yet the man continued to advance. Viewers watching the live stream could sense the fear through the cameras shaking and the sudden silence between the friends.
Oh God.
Oh God, yes, that is. Can I sing for a change? A change for the better, as you would say?
The group moved together, keeping close as they tried to escape. Every time they looked back, he was still there, walking faster and speaking more aggressively. The air around them changed as people nearby began to notice what was happening. The sound of chatter and music from the event faded into nervous whispers.
Phone, I'm sorry.
Wait, so I'm gonna keep following her.
Huh?
I'm gonna keep following her.
Not another one!
No! You're gonna have to get in line. There's too many stalkers.
Stop the risk.
Get behind me!
The stalker's behavior turned fully dangerous when he made direct threats. The tension reached its peak as the women realized he would not stop. They moved toward safety, their steps hurried and uneven while security rushed to reach them. The crowd parted as guards approached, confronting the man before the situation could worsen. The stream briefly cut out, leaving thousands of viewers frozen in confusion. When it resumed, the scene was quieter. The group looked visibly shaken, standing away from the chaos that had unfolded moments earlier. The man had been removed from the area, though the shock of what had just happened lingered on their faces.
Wait, can we get churros or no?
Yes, right here.
Oh. You can also get some vendors?
Ooh, it might be better with the vendors.
The entire event unfolded live before an audience that had expected laughter, not fear. What began as an ordinary broadcast turned into a real-life moment of danger that none of them could have prepared for. The incident spread quickly across the internet, drawing concern and disbelief from viewers who had witnessed it unfold in real time.
I think we're just gonna go.
Let's go. Oh, no, we're not.
It became a haunting reminder of how unpredictable live streaming could be, where the distance between entertainment and real danger could vanish in a single instant. Even in the safety of daylight, danger can move quietly, hiding in plain sight. Each of these moments reminds us how fast comfort can turn into fear. Stay alert, stay aware, and never ignore that uneasy feeling. Like, subscribe, and share for more chilling stories.